I've definitely been in a pretty bad place once or twice from copying negative feedback from maybe a set or a song or something like that. But that's just life. Like you can't just go through and think that everything's going to be okay and like you're never going to get bad feedback in your life. Like that's just silly to think that. So I think if you can overcome that and yeah, that's definitely around the time when I went back to the drawing board and said, okay, I need to make what I like rather than trying to please these people. So yeah, that if you can push through that, then it's definitely one of the life lessons that you need to do. And it'd make you better off, definitely.
I think when you're making music for yourself first, it doesn't matter as much what other people are saying, because if you're making music for other people, you know, your satisfaction is reliant on
their satisfaction.
Yeah. So that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, a few more questions. The first thing I want to ask is, what's the biggest challenge you've faced so far in your career as an artist?
I think, it's a bit hard to say. I think school was definitely a hard thing for me to overcome. Like I remember a friend of mine put Ableton on my computer in year 10, and what I was making then was absolute horseshit. Like it was horrible. Which I thought it was cool because I was making sounds and like the sounds were sounding great, and I was like making beats. Like I'd never done that before in my life. Yeah. But like compared to a lot of other guys in school who'd been DJing for like 3 or 4 years, it felt like I think they felt a little threatened, or like I was trying to copy them, and their sort of right to the throne was being taken away from them. There was a lot of sort of tongue-in-cheek, not hate and resentment, but it was a lot of competition. And I found it quite difficult to deal with that. I mean, I found it a little difficult to fit in at school, but like I'm not going to blame that for the fact that it was just seeking approval the whole time. So once I realized that I was seeking approval, I just told myself to make what I liked making, and that's when things started to improve. So that was definitely one of the biggest challenges. I think another big challenge was, I remember playing at Pasha in Sydney, and it was probably I think it was my first headline set there. And it was what was labeled as a trance set, and I played what I thought was trance, but a lot of people who came had a different opinion, and I got a lot of negative feedback online, which really affected me. But that's another time when I figured out that I need to start making more music for myself and not for these guys. So it was that was another big challenge.
Yeah, I think that's the first one especially is quite common, and it's super hard to deal with. Yeah. Especially not getting respect from your peers.
Yeah, that's really hard. It's not getting the support that that you long for, really. I mean, there was instances where I got amazing support and I would have made a really good track, and they'd all say, yeah, this is freaking awesome, like, well done, man. And I'd feel so motivated to write another one. And then maybe people who you're not friends with might say like, oh, this is shit, like you should stop. And you just feel like, fuck, like, I just really want to impress all these people, but really I just ended up trying to impress myself, which is good.